Have you ever decided to buy a specific car and then all of a sudden you start seeing that car everywhere? Well, that's not a coincidence. It's actually our brain's confirmation bias at work. But what if I told you that this mental time-saving habit isn't just shaping what you notice, but may also be making you overlook things that you should notice? So what is confirmation bias anyway? Confirmation bias is when our brains naturally focus on information that aligns with what we already believe, while disregarding anything that doesn't quite fit our narrative. And in a world designed to keep us in our own little bubbles, these biases are being supercharged. Confirmation bias is like your brain's personal algorithm, and it's attached to your emotions and shows you what it thinks you want to see more of. If you believe that most people are rude and selfish, then you best believe you're going to notice every time that somebody cuts you off in traffic, or they give you a dirty look, or you perceive they give you a dirty look. But if you believe that people are kind, then you're going to spot that person holding the door open or letting you merge into traffic. But here's the catch. Your brain wants to do as little work as possible, so it often ignores the evidence that doesn't fit the story you want to believe the most. And a lot of the time, this is happening in our subconscious. Let's take it back to the whole new car theory. It's been observed that when you want to buy a new car, all of a sudden you start noticing that make or model of car everywhere. And it's not because everybody else is suddenly buying it, it just became important to you. And all of a sudden your brain started paying attention to it in a way that it never did before. That's why you're seeing it all the time. Now let's think about this in the context of social media or even the news. Algorithms work by showing you more of what you already engage with. If you click on content that aligns with your beliefs, the platform shows you more of the same. Over time, it's like living in an echo chamber where your biases get louder and louder. And this makes it harder to step outside of your own perspectives. If you believe a certain thing about yourself, others, or the world, you'll not only notice information that supports this, but social media platforms will keep feeding you that information and perspective, making it feel like you and others like you were right all along. This plays out in all avenues of life. If you believe you're going to fail, your brain will find reasons as to why what you want won't work. You might even subconsciously sabotage yourself, like not being able to sleep the night before an important event or meeting, further confirming your brain's bias towards failure. On the flip side, if you believe success is possible, all of a sudden you're going to notice the support you need, opportunities to help you along your way, and you'll get ideas that help you move towards the goal that you believe is possible. And this is how I grew on YouTube in the first place. This is huge in relationships too. If you believe that all women or men are bad or unfaithful, you're gonna notice the red flags and miss the green ones. You're also more likely to attract the type of people that you really want to avoid because your mind has a comfort zone with them. They don't challenge your reality. And while you may go through pain in these toxic relationships, your mind won't have to go through the discomfort of having to change its beliefs. But if you do believe that good people exist and that there's beauty within our imperfections, then you're more likely to attract great people in your life. What we choose to focus on shapes how we experience the world. The car goes where the eyes go. Now, this doesn't mean ignoring real life problems or only looking at the bright side of life, because that in itself is called toxic positivity. It's important to find a balance. Being aware of what your confirmation biases are means you have the ability to step back and ask yourself, am I being fair? Am I ignoring important information because it doesn't align with what I already believe? Sometimes the best way to challenge confirmation bias is to actively seek out viewpoints or information that's uncomfortable or that even contradicts what you think. It might not change your mind, but it can give you a fuller picture. So what are your confirmation biases? What beliefs about yourself, others, or the world are shaping your reality right now? And where might you be ignoring information about the story that you've already told yourself? Today, I want to challenge you to step outside of your bubble, talk to somebody with a different perspective or life experience to yours. The best way to know if you're doing this right is you're going to feel a little bit anxious. You won't feel comfortable in that moment. But true growth, it doesn't come from comfort. It comes from discomfort. If you work out at the gym and your muscles don't hurt, then they're not going to grow. And our minds work the exact same way. They grow through the uncomfortable conversations. This is an exercise that I've personally done, and had I not done this, I'd never be making a video like this. My confirmation bias was telling me, who am I to make videos on topics like this? But you know what I'm telling it? I'm Jamie Perkins. That's who I am. I want to end this video by saying that awareness of your confirmation bias isn't about fixing it. It's simply about understanding it. Once you know how it works, you can start using it to your advantage rather than letting it control you. If you like today's video and you feel like you got something out of it, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give the video a thumbs up, and better yet, share it with somebody that you think could get something out of this. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye guys.